Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well today because what I'm about to share is more than just a celebrity update. It's a moment that blends love, loyalty, history, and a little mystery. Today, we're talking about one of the most intriguing couples in Turkish entertainment, Berrak Arduç and Gups Zeze. But this time, with a surprising twist involving the past, the present, and perhaps even the future. So, make yourself comfortable. We have a lot to unpack. Let's start by going back a few years. Berrak Arduç rose to massive fame after his unforgettable role in Kiralık Aşk, alongside Erkan Şener. The chemistry between them was so electric that many viewers believed, or at least hoped, that their on-screen romance had found its way into real life. And who could blame them? The way they looked at each other, the emotional tension in every scene, the softness in their silences. It felt real. It felt intimate. It felt like something more than acting. But while audiences were busy rooting for Berrak and Erkan, Berrak's heart was already quietly taken by someone else entirely. That someone was Gups Zeze, a woman who had built a name for herself in comedy writing and acting, someone with a completely different vibe than the dramatic, glamorous co-stars often seen beside Berrak. And that's what made it even more fascinating, because what started between them wasn't for the cameras. It didn't start on set. It started in silence, in friendship. Berrak and Gups met while working on a film project together, and what happened after was unexpected, even to them. As Berrak once explained in an interview, "We just got along. We made each other laugh. We were comfortable. It didn't feel like anything was forced." I think that's what real connection feels like. Easy, simple, joyful. As the years went by, their relationship deepened. But unlike many celebrity couples who share every detail online, Berrak and Gups chose to keep things private. Very private. So private, in fact, that when they got married in 2020, it shocked nearly everyone. No paparazzi, no giant ceremony, just them, quietly committing to each other in a small, meaningful wedding. And yet, despite the beauty of their love, not everyone was supportive. A portion of the fan base, especially those still attached to the fantasy of Berrak and Erkan, began criticizing the match. They pointed to age difference, personality contrast, looks, style. Some even went so far as to suggest that Gups wasn't right for Berrak. It was unfair. It was invasive. But it didn't change a thing. Berrak and Gups didn't respond. They didn't post a statement. They didn't fight back. They just continued loving each other, quietly, gracefully, without needing validation from strangers. But then came something unexpected. Recently, Berrak was seen wearing a necklace, a piece of jewelry that fans had never noticed before. At the center of it, a charm shaped like the letter G, subtle, almost invisible, but clear enough for those who know. For those who have followed his career, this was huge. Berrak had never been one to make bold public gestures of love, so wearing a charm with Gups's initial, that was something intimate made visible. And just when everyone thought they'd seen the full story, another surprise arrived. Erkan Şener, Berrak's former co-star, posted a casual photo to her social media. In it, she's wearing a necklace as well. But this time, with the letter B, fans immediately took notice. Was it just fashion? Was it a subtle nod to the past? Was it a coincidence? No one knows for sure. But one thing was clear. People had thoughts. Within hours, Twitter, Instagram, and even Reddit lit up with speculation. Fan theories, edits, TikTok clips pairing Berrak and Erkan moments with romantic soundtracks. nostalgic montages from Kirlikak, and of course, side-by-side comparisons of the necklaces. Still, neither Beric nor Elkin said a word. No comments, no clarifications, just silence. And in some ways, that silence made the whole thing even more mysterious. What made this moment particularly emotional was how fans reacted. Some were thrilled for Beric and Gups, calling the necklace a simple yet powerful gesture. Others were convinced that Elwyn's post was intentional, a subtle way of acknowledging a connection that perhaps never truly faded. And then, there were those who simply felt conflicted, torn between nostalgia and reality. But beyond all the theories, this story reveals something deeper about love, identity, and public life. Because the truth is, real relationships don't need to look perfect. They don't always come with filters, coordinated outfits, or performative posts. Sometimes, love is quiet. Sometimes, it hides behind a joke. Sometimes, it shows itself through a single letter worn around someone's neck. In a rare interview years ago, Beric described what he valued most in a partner, and his words still resonate. Laughter, honesty, support. Someone I can just be myself with. Life is heavy enough already. If we can't laugh, what's the point? And maybe that's the clearest picture of what he found in Gups. Someone to laugh with, someone to be real with. And maybe that's why their relationship has lasted, even in the face of doubt. So where does that leave Elkin? Well, we don't know. Maybe she's just playing with aesthetics. Maybe it was a passing moment. Or maybe, just maybe, it was her own quiet message. Something that doesn't need to be explained. And that's the beauty of stories like this. Because while we all love a good romance, the real emotions, the ones that stay with us, aren't always clean-cut or public. They're complex. They're layered. They're felt more in the pauses than the headlines. So whether you believe in the power of symbolic jewelry, or you're simply happy seeing Beric and Gups thriving in their own lane, one thing is for sure. Love shows itself in ways we don't always expect. And sometimes, the smallest things, a glance, a smile, a necklace, carry the heaviest meaning. Thank you so much for staying with me today. If this story touched you, or made you think back on a connection from your own life, even one that never had a clear ending, know that you're not alone. We've all had chapters that feel unfinished. And sometimes, they're not meant to be finished. They're just meant to stay with us, quietly. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Elwyn's post was a message? Do you admire the way Beric and Gups handle fame and love? Or do you think there's more to the story than meets the eye? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Until next time, take care of yourself, protect your peace, and remember, real love doesn't need attention. It just needs truth.